Well, I just love the yellow wall behind you, Megan. But you're Megan McDonald, and it's
I
Sasha
thought I would bring
does.
some color on your behalf.
I would have worn yellow if I knew. Yeah, but you're with the Sasha Designs by the Deaf. I mean, that's
I'm in the Caribbean.
the Caribbean. That's why I see they know how to live down there. The bright colors make you happier. And we're going in and out of connection, so I worry that we want to do this quickly so we don't lose it. But your organization now is crowdfunding because you finance training people in Kenya, women who are deaf, because they have like an 85% unemployment rate, and people in that country think they're slow or just stupid or something like this, and these poor
Yeah,
women have nowhere to go until they found you and you're
yeah,
training and making a business for them, right? Oh, that's just
yeah, yeah.
wonderful work. So what do we have to do to help you? You get
Well,
me?
basically, we're using this crowdfunding platform to share a new model for our business. And we thought, okay, we can put it on our website and we can send a newsletter, but we really wanted to generate some energy around this opportunity to create a new retail model to get our products out there. So you probably have seen some of the subscription services,
Right.
a monthly box of uh, fine chocolates or a beer of the month club or things like that. So we're sort of piggybacking on that idea and creating a quarterly box where we give some limited edition pieces and some special sets and different levels. So it can be $25 every 3 months, $50 every 3 months. But it's a way for us to plan our production and have some
Yeah.
consistency. So we thought, why don't we use crowdfunding to introduce this concept? It lets us kind of test it out and spread the word, and then we can launch, then we can invest in building our website out to accommodate it and really finalizing our price
I
point.
see.
So crowdfunding gave us the flexibility to introduce it,
Hmm.
but change and evolve based on the information we collect.
Right. Oh, you're doing your market studies, you're doing sales, you're doing everything. And see, you women are smart. I just read a study now that you are more successful at crowdfunding than men are. Man, the battle of the sexes, and we're losing on crowdfunding to you guys. Oh, good
I
for
hear it's
you
not
to
just
do.
crowdfunding. I hear many things.
Exactly. Well, actually, 40% of the new businesses I see are started by women now. So you're finding out you don't have to put up with these idiots like me. Just go out and do it yourself and have more fun. And you don't have to wear
No,
high.
there's a role for everybody.
Right. Well, that's very inclusive, but some people I don't want to be around. But the nice thing, you don't have to wear high heels every day, do you? Like in a traditional job.
Nope. I'm a flats girl.
Yeah.
I'm a flats girl. Yep. All football.
Well, that's right. But I mean, the people aren't just donating. I mean, you're getting jewelry, one of a kind jewelry, handmade from these artisans in Kenya that you just ship out to people monthly now, or every 3 months, correct?
Yeah, so the idea is we're not asking people to necessarily make a commitment. They can pay $200 and get 4 shipments over the next year. But they can also just say, oh, I see that bracelet. I know it's limited run. I'm going to pay $25 or $50 and get that set. And then we'll send them an email when we have our next set ready. And if they want to buy
Ah,
that, they can. And if they don't have to.
I see.
The model works really well for buyers and producers because you can plan, gift buying in advance.
Yeah.
You can sort of know you have a treat coming up and something to look forward to. And we want it to be really flexible, so you're never feeling like you're committing to something you don't actually want. Um, and then we're doing some traditional fundraising on the site as well because we're planning to build a workshop and we have some artisan training coming up to employ some more people. So there's a pure donation option as well, but we really wanted to see if people responded to this idea about the boxes.
Well, that's wonderful. And the website you're on, I mean, that's really aimed at women entrepreneurs for crowdfunding. I mean, the crowdfunding website, not your own website. Well, I guess it is women because you're all women on it.
Yeah.
But the crowdfunding, and it's Plum Alley is their name?
Plum Alley. Yep. And what's interesting is they actually started, I think, with a focus on being sort of like a VC firm for women investors. But what they found was really their sweet spot was crowdfunding for women-owned businesses.
Absolutely.
So that they've sort of pivoted and really made the crowdfunding their focus.
Well,
and we wanted to go with them because we don't need to reach the whole world. We want to reach a certain type of consumer, and we want to bring a few new consumers on board. Mm-hmm. So everything we do, even the products we buy or the partnerships we have with wholesalers, we're very specific about who we work with. So Plum Alley provided a real one-on-one connection. They've been giving us a lot of support on the campaign. They didn't just kind of throw us out there.
Right.
They told us what to expect. We know the last week we'll have a lot more activity. We have to put a lot of work in, but we knew that there would be kind of like ebb and flows. They advised us to, if we identified some bigger donors, make sure to spread them out over the month. And then they've just been really putting the word out on their social media.
Wow.
I appreciate it.
Well, that's nice. Nice to have a partner instead of just somebody who's taking a piece of the action. Yeah. Well, you talk about VCs. I was just reading data, too, that only like 6% of the partners in all the VC firms are women. And that's why 90% of VC money goes to guys. Yeah. Where on internet, it's much different. Like 45% of the investors are women on crowdfunding versus 6%.
And when you're crowdfunding lets you introduce anything from a concept to an actual product. We have an actual product, but there are people who would do crowdfunding for just a concept. But the systems and the structures to VCs, it's a real rigid structure and kind of a formula. And there's a lot of people that don't know how to break in to that formula. And I think crowdfunding lets you go directly to the customer.
Absolutely.
And say, how does this sound to you? Instead of kind of this middleman who, I think VCs know what they're doing, don't get me wrong, but
some of the time. Some of the time
it's the best way to test.
Absolutely. No, I believe in crowdfunding. You cut out the middle. First of all, those people will never buy your jewelry, right? So what do they know? So you're going right.
Probably, the suits are probably not our core customer.
Right. So you're going right to the people who are going to keep you alive forever and get your answers there. Than some middle guy. You have to change your idea to solve them and their girlfriend or whatever it is instead of the real customers. Well, you're just so wonderful, and thank you. And by the way, I hear you were talking before that you studied international development down in, was it Kenya? You went to Kenya to do it in graduate school?
In Kenya, yeah.
Because it only cost you... You got a scholarship, and it only cost $5,000.
Yeah, I was really lucky. I got a Rotary Fellowship, and that supported my living costs, and a 2-year program was $5,000. Now, there's definitely trade-offs, but I felt studying international development in the context of a developing nation and being part of one of the largest bureaucracies, nothing could compare to that from an education level. And I knew if I went to grad school elsewhere and I had $150,000 in debt, I wasn't going to be able to do the work that I wanted.
Wow. So smart lady.
Choice that's given me the freedom.
Absolutely. And that's why your campaign is successful, too. And people, if they see this before it's over, or even if it's after it's over, because you go to your website and you have wonderful videos of the women who are doing this. It's just a wonderful way for all of us to give and encourage people to improve their lives. What could be better than that, than helping somebody else? And thank you for doing this work.
I say it's guilt-free shopping.
Right. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Megan. And it's SASA, SASA Designs by the Deaf.com. And that's where we find you and those wonderful.
And we have a newsletter sign up on our front page.
Oh, wonderful. Learn about the world. Things are happening. Yeah, all over. And you're part of it. Well, have fun there in Haiti and keep those colors and make you smile. Thank you. Take care.
Awesome. Thanks so much.